Hi everyone, Dr. Michael Corsillo is here today. I want to talk to you about trick-or-treating. Not really. I want to talk to you about food allergies. But when it comes to the trick-or-treating, sometimes you can be concerned about giving a kid a food allergy if you hand them a candy bar or something. Are they going to eat a peanut and break out in hives and die on me? But my real topic is actually what the heck is with this rise in food allergies that we're seeing in more and more of our kids, let alone the adults. Now the CDC, they did notice that from 1997 to 2007 there was a rise in about 18% in food allergies. So food allergies specific to the United States. So it makes me wonder, is this a first world issue? So I'm sure in third world countries they're eventually going to get the issues as well, because you'll hear about in a little bit why I think there's a rise in these food allergies. If you think back to our grandparents' time, or even your time if you're watching, when you grew up in schools, like when I grew up in school, there was no such thing as a food allergy table. You didn't have to list down food allergies to the teachers, to volunteer teachers and that sort of thing. Nowadays, there's more and more kids with these food allergies. More and more kids with eczema, more and more kids with asthma, and just hay fever in general. So what the heck is going on? Now, when it comes to food allergies, there's two types of things, or two types of antibodies that I look at. When you eat a peanut, you break out in hives, like what you find in a scratch test. You go to Allergies or even our clinic, we'll do scratch tests, and you see reactions there. You'll notice a reaction pops up, usually 10-15 minutes. That type of antibody is quick acting, can cause anaphylaxis, can be life-threatening, cause hives, tongue swelling, that sort of thing. Usually pretty easy to identify what's causing it, and it can be easy to treat it. You eliminate it, or you do allergy shots or immunotherapy or allergy drops, which we do as well. There's a second type of allergy that I also try to identify and treat. So this second type of allergy is based on an antibody that you can develop over time. So there's some people who tell me, I've been eating this food forever, why would I react to it now? You can. So I got to backtrack and talk about the gastrointestinal tract and our immune system. With these two types of antibodies, one's immediate, one is more of a delayed allergy. You got to think that our gastrointestinal tract is very, very good at filtering out things it doesn't like. It doesn't like bacteria and viruses. If it notices that, then it's going to send an immune response, meaning inflammation. It's going to shut down that bacteria or virus, or try to at least, causing an immune response. So that's what that immune response you see when you eat those, like a peanut and get hives, the immediate type of thing. Now the delayed allergy, it's not a scratch test that you would do. It's more of a blood draw, or you can just simply eliminate a particular food and try to see what kind of reaction you'd have. Now this second type of antibody is a delayed allergy. You ingest something and 2 or 3 days later you can start having symptoms. It's not immediate, more subtle. And the symptoms can be more subtle as well. You can just have fatigue, you might have chronic abdominal pain, headaches, brain fog, joint pain, the list goes on. People usually aren't able to identify it because it's more subtle. Again, you ingest something, 2 days later this antibody starts rising, and it can hang out for a few weeks. So if you keep eating it your whole life, you're always going to be sick. So I would for sure try to get that tested. So the rise is what I want to talk about next is, why is there such a rise in these two types of allergies? One is, again, going back to our grandparents, they've eaten these foods their whole lives, and you might have been eating these foods your whole life, but what's changed? And that's the issue. What has changed in our foods? Our foods are very different nowadays. Genetically modified, we add a lot of preservatives, additives, food colorings. You eat a breakfast and it's very, very colorful, but it's not natural colors. You also add to the fact there can be hormones to it, like in dairy products. A lot of those dairy products are going to have bovine-derived growth hormone in it. The other issue is pesticides. We put a ton of pesticides just in our home environment, school environments, out in the farms, in our foods, and we're not aware of it. So our food is very, very different, and I think that is a big culprit to why the rise in food allergies. So the best thing to do is actually talk to your provider. Talk to them about, should I get scratch tested? So we do a lot of scratch testing here, but then I also have patients do the food a delay type of antibody testing. So that's more of a blood draw. You check to see if you have a delayed allergy or the immediate allergy. So that's the best thing, is identify and then eliminate. Get those foods out of the system, lower the inflammation. You'll probably notice that a lot of your health reactions are improved, whether it's eczema, asthma, upset stomach, fatigue, the list goes on. So hopefully this helps out. You let me know if you got any questions, and hope you have a good Halloween, and don't give the kids those candy bars. Maybe give them a pencil or a good toy or something fun. All right, talk to you soon.